Hello, my name is Dr. Shannon Darst. I am the Special Education Coordinator for Elgin Independent School District in Elgin, Texas. I was able to participate in the Project TEDD training last year, and I was able to provide the Project TEDD information to multiple audiences in my district over the last school year, last fall and last spring. The people that I work with currently include special education teachers, paraprofessionals, general education teachers, administrators, including principals and assistant principals, related and instructional service staff, and evaluation staff, including educational diagnosticians and school psychologists. So how did the training impact my work with special education professionals and caregivers? Everybody that came to one of my sessions, number one, they were very, very interested in the topic of dual diagnosis. Some people were very surprised at the information that was presented. Some of the ideas that Project TEDD provided in the materials really had people thinking and had people questioning. One example, I had a teacher that said, how would I know the difference between my student who has anxiety and ADHD? How do I know which piece of their makeup is having them act and behave in the way that they're acting and behaving? And that was something that was brought up because of the Project TEDD training. We had a lot of people that were asking for more information. We had many people who were interested in going further and deeper into the topic that Project TEDD provided for us in those materials. I administered my training in three different sessions. I had 2 sessions of professional development in the fall. One of the sessions was geared toward special education teachers, paraprofessionals, and related instructional service staff, really looking at how we provide the right supports, including putting the right information into students' IEPs based on dual diagnosis information. The second training was for general education teachers and anyone else who wanted to join. And so I had 2 full trainings at those sessions, and then I had another session in the spring where I was presenting to evaluation staff and educational diagnosticians, school psychologists, general education counselors, social emotional learning staff, and anybody else who wanted to join. And so I basically, when I went through to create the trainings for each of those groups, I went through each section that the Project TEDD trainer manual included. For example, I really focused on strategies and methods for my fall trainings with the teachers and the paras to whom I was speaking. In the spring training, because I was looking more at evaluation staff and then counselors and SEL staff, I took the sections that related to evaluation and identifying dual diagnosis in our students and presented that information to that group. The special education teachers and paraprofessionals, I did not go into depth with the evaluation section of the Project TEDD training manual with them. I found it really easy to pull the different pieces of information that I needed from the Project TEDD training manual and assemble the PowerPoint to go with my presentation from that material. I really found it was very simple for me to do. Anybody who is preparing to give a district training, just keep in mind who your audience is. You want to make sure that the people that are in your room are going to actually walk away with strategies, methods, information that they can use the next day if needed. The Project TEDD training manual and information does just that. There's multimedia, there's handouts, there are PowerPoints, there's all kinds of information that can be used the next day. So the training, prepping for the training part is as long as you are really thinking about your audience, it's very, very easy to do that, in my opinion. What have I gained from participating in Project TEDD? I really have enjoyed learning more about the topic of dual diagnosis. I think it has affected the way that I help train people in the way that I interact with students when I get the chance. I look at communication from my students and from the students in our district differently now, knowing that there could be dual diagnosis being the impetus for their communication and their behaviors. I really appreciated the opportunity to get to be trained by Project TEDD and to present the information that Project TEDD has provided. Okay, thank you.